Baki-Haima, aka Baki-Dou, episode 11. You know we got to get into it. You already know it's about to go down. Now, if you remember the last episode, Miyamoto and Sergeant Miwa went head to head in a kendo sword style duel. And Miyamoto, per usual, cut his opponent down. I mean, Miwa fell to his face, knocked out. Both of the kendo swords got destroyed, even Miyamoto's. And don't forget, Baki and Motobe, they went head to head in Motobe's dojo. So let's get into episode 11 right now. So Sergeant Miwa is still knocked out on the ground, right? And Miyamoto turns and asks the Superintendent General, say, we had a deal. Now, is it okay if I can leave now? And then the Superintendent General is like, are you in a hurry or something? And then guess who walks in? Shibukawa. So Shibukawa walks in and approaches the Superintendent General. Superintendent General is like, hey, you finally made it. And then Shibukawa is like, so is it my turn yet? So apparently Miyamoto and Shibukawa are about to get it on right now. So Shibukawa and Miyamoto start sizing each other up. And then the Superintendent General starts running down Miyamoto's accolades, saying that, hey, he's going to go down in history as one of the greatest fighters ever. And then he starts doing the same thing with Shibukawa, saying that he is the modern day, martial arts master, and he's still in his physical prime. And he asks the question, which one is stronger, Miyamoto or Shibukawa? And then Shibukawa was like, hold on, man. Don't even do that. You cannot compare us. Who's stronger? He was like, you see Miyamoto over here? It's a given that Miyamoto is stronger than me. So then he starts giving Miyamoto his flowers, saying it is an honor for him to even be in the presence of Miyamoto. And he walks up to Miyamoto and says, hey, do you mind if we shake hands? So then Miyamoto, accepts his handshake, but Shibukawa starts using a technique to where Miyamoto can't even remove his hand. And then you see Shibukawa just smiling. Full video is uploaded on the channel. So what are you doing right now? Go ahead and like this video, sub to the channel, and finish watching it. Let's get back to it. So Miyamoto is confused and he asks Shibukawa, how come I can't let go of your hand? Is this magic? And then Shibukawa is like, no, I got you in my trap. You so-called God. He takes his glasses off and then he continues to keep a firm grip. And then Miyamoto's body just starts shaking because he can feel the force of Shibukawa's Aki. And then he drops down to his knees. And then Shibukawa is like, hey, Retsu was my friend. And then he punches Miyamoto in the face. Yo, Miyamoto is stunned, but all of a sudden he just pops back up like he the Undertaker or something. Then Shibukawa tells Miyamoto the reason why he pulled that stunt is for revenge and the fact that he does not like Miyamoto. So Miyamoto starts replaying what just transpired between him and Shibukawa, how he used his weight against him. He felt like he was beneath a rock and everything, and how he could not let go. And then Shibukawa starts explaining to him about what Aki is, a weapon that you use when you have no weapons. And it allows you to control armed opponents with your bare hands. So we got Motobe and Yujiro at Yujiro's penthouse, and Yujiro is eating candy, drinking cognac, and he brings up fighting Miyamoto. And of course Motobe is like, nah, this is not a good idea that you fight him. Then Motobe gets some candy, starts chewing on candy. He looks Yujiro in his eyes and tells him, I do not think that you are capable of beating Miyamoto. Yujiro gets up and you can tell he's pissed off because veins is popping all out of his body. He's like, listen, summer's been good, but it's not hot enough to dry you crazy. Why would you say that, right? And then Motobe, he's like, listen, don't get all riled up because I will protect you. And that sent Yujiro off the edge. He's looking like, what you just say to me? I'll fucking kill you. He gets ready to attack Motobe, but Motobe hits that smoke bomb and disappears. So Yujiro is so pissed that he just powers up, busts all the windows out of his penthouse and cause a earthquake. And then it goes to where Motobe is, because he hit that exit. He got the hell up out of there, right? And he is shaking in his boots, but he finally calmed down, stopped sweating and all of that type of stuff. And he's like, listen, I think I did a pretty good job being in front of the ogre, Yujiro. And then he starts talking about how he's gonna protect Yujiro, Baki, Shibukawa, Jack, and Katsumi. Then Yujiro goes to Tokugawa's house because Miyamoto is there, and he's actually sitting down drinking with Tokugawa. And then Miyamoto senses Yujiro there, and he asks Tokugawa, so who did you summon this time? Then he tells Yujiro to come in because Yujiro is standing on the outside of the door, and then Tokugawa recognizes Yujiro. Yujiro walks in and he's, displaying his aura in front of Tokugawa and Miyamoto. So we got Tokugawa, Miyamoto, and Yujiro sitting in a circle, and they are drinking together. Oh my gosh, and they continue to just pour up and drink, and you can tell Tokugawa is nervous as hell right now. So Miyamoto asks Yujiro, what do you see when you look at me? And Yujiro says, well, I see a living, breathing samurai, and if I were to attack you, you would fight back. Then Yujiro asks Miyamoto, what does Miyamoto see when he looks at him? And Miyamoto responds, I see a mountain of gold. Now Yujiro is like, damn, really? Only gold? He was like, so fighting is just a means to an end to you, right? And then he tells Miyamoto that he lacks purity, and then Miyamoto is like, purity? Who needs that? I cut in order to get my name known. I have dueled over 60 times to the death. Could be more than that if you include all of the skirmishes, but I do this to keep my name known. So then he starts talking about how he got his name known from city to city, state to state back in the day, and everything that came along with it, because all of these emperors would hire him, pay him a ton of money. He would feast, have all of the women, attain so much gold, get so much notoriety. He couldn't walk the streets without people spotting him and seeing him and praising him, and he wants to get back to that. He wants the fame and the fortune. And then Yujiro just sitting there nonchalant, continuing to drink his sake, and then Miyamoto turns and looks at Yujiro and then ching, slices him in the neck. Episode ends. Yo, we are about to have Yujiro versus Miyamoto in the next episode. Count me in. Oh yes, I cannot wait to see what happens in the next episode. Don't forget, like the video, sub to the channel, and I will get with y'all later. Peace.